The year is 1950. The United States is poised to be the greatest power in the world after the onslaught of the Second World War. Yet there's another war brimming underneath the affluence and prosperity of the post-war years, a Cold War against communist ideals and people.
Have you ever observed any communistic information in any scripts?
Well, I have turned down quite a few scripts because I thought they were tinged with communistic ideas.
It has been 3 years since the hearings of the Hollywood 10, when a group of film writers and directors that criticized the House Committee on Un-American Activities for their relentless tactics in grilling information out of witnesses were held in contempt of the court.
Or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I believe I have the right to be confronted with any evidence which supports this question. I should like to see what you have.
Oh, well, you would.
Yes.
Well, you will pretty soon.
But the hunt has not diminished in those years. It is 1950, the year a senator from Wisconsin named Joseph McCarthy denounced 200 members of the State Department as Reds. It is also the year that a 200-page tract was published by the newsletter Counterattack. Red Channels is a list of 151 members of the entertainment industry, ranging from the singer Pete Seeger to the playwright Arthur Miller. It was one of the first effective blacklists of the Red Scare of the 50s. A month after its publishing, actress Jean Muir, who had been cast for the role of Mrs. Aldrich in the Aldrich Family, was dismissed from the show by its sponsor General Foods for being a controversial person. Although she later testified that she was opposed to communism, Muir was unable to appear on television until 1958. While some workers suddenly found themselves without a job, others were called to the House Committee on Un-American Activities, where they either had to admit their ties to communism or were held in contempt for denying them. Actor Larry Parks admitted to having been a member of the Communist Party, but was later coerced to also accuse co-workers, such as actress Anne Revere. Both were unable to return to the screen until the end of the decade. In the efforts to root out subversion from the nation's still relatively young entertainment industry, more than just communists were pulled out. Innocent people were eyed by rivals and post-war paranoia. Security overstepped freedom, for as Arthur Miller said, there has always been a struggle to balance them. Anything that had even a spot of Sovietism was marked and feared. The blacklisting of the Red Scare would not truly break until the announcement of Dalton Trumbo's screenwriting credit in Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus in 1960. Trumbo had been one of the Hollywood 10 from 1947, and after he served jail time, he wrote screenplays without his name. Scares such as the Red Scare can be avoided, and perhaps they can't. In nations advocating freedom such as the United States, it is up to the people to decide whether to fear or to panic. The 50s were a time of prosperity for the white man, a time of conformity. Today, we are more diverse than back then, but it is still to be seen if we are now more tolerant of such diversity and if the people will really think about what they're rooting out.